Hello everyone, welcome back to another Creative Guzzle video. For those of you who don't know, Creative Guzzle is where I do creative stuff and drink a beverage. Today, it's coffee again. I told you it'd be coffee a lot. Today we're doing our very first wheel of Smoochies Spookies and Sexies. So what this involves is I have a wheel, not a real one unfortunately, but maybe in the future I'll get one. I have a wheel and I spin it and it'll tell me what I'm going to draw. For those of you who are not aware, the Smoochies, Spookies, and Sexies is sort of, it encompasses everything I paint, pretty much. It's just kind of become my thing. I don't know. Anyway, so let's spin the wheel and see what we're going to paint. Okay, here we go. And the winner is Sexy Smooch. I know exactly what to do. So because it's May right now and there's an art challenge that goes on every year called Mermaid, I'm gonna do a sexy mermaid smooch. That's what I'm gonna do. No one can stop me. So I just spent a few minutes finding some references and some inspiration for what I want to do. So I'll just turn the camera here. So if you see here, I have some mermaid art. This is a photo, but I really like the colors and the flowy hair and everything. And then I just have some more like color palette inspiration. I know there's kind of a big difference between the blue and the red. I really like the red, but I also like the blue lighting here, so I might try to combine those two somehow. And then down here, I have some photographic references for the pose. I'm not entirely sure yet how I want to approach this. I kind of like this one because it looks like their bodies are kind of crossing. So I kind of like that dynamic there, but like I also like some of the intimacy in these pictures too, so I'm gonna try to kind of combine the feeling of those photos into what I am envisioning, I guess. So let's get started. Where I'm at so far with the pose, I'm thinking I'm going to have the fin of the mermaid kind of swooping up and behind a little bit, just so it like, I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking, but it's gonna be like, it's gonna be swoopy, it's gonna be going, it's gonna look cool. It's coming along. I'm gonna keep working on this and I'll show you the finished sketch once it's done. Okay, I finished the sketch. It's super rough, but it's good enough for me to work with. I gave this guy a scar on his face because scars are sexy. There was this children's book I had when I was growing up that was all a bunch of mermaid stories, and there was this one art in it that I just absolutely loved, and the mermaid had scales on her forearm. And that's just like become my thing now. That's how I always draw mermaids. So, but yeah, so she's kind of like curving this way, and then her fins going behind them, and then he's kind of angled that way, and shirtless, of course. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this over to Procreate. what happened, but for some reason the guy is looking like Tom Hiddleston to me. I don't know if you can tell. I didn't do that on purpose, but I don't hate it. We stand Tom Hiddleston in this house, okay? But I think this is coming along pretty good. I'm gonna keep working on it a little bit more, and then we'll probably transfer it to Clip Studio Paint for a little while. I'm sorry if you can hear the AC on, it's getting warm. This is where it's looking right now, and I think I'm ready to transfer it back over to my computer and keep working on it in Clip Studio Paint. However, really quickly, I had mentioned while I was sketching that there was a book that I grew up with as a child that was all about mermaids and stuff. Turns out I still have this book, and I want to show you the art that's in it. That is like my all-time inspiration for how mermaids look. I don't know why, I just love this illustration. I have since I was a child. It's just so beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of art in this book that's absolutely gorgeous, but that one is my favorite. Always has been. Like, oh, I love this one too. Look at that. Sorry, my battery died. I also love this illustration too. There's just a lot of, I just love the art in this book. The reason why this one really gets to me, I love that she's got scales on her arms. I've always loved that. There's not a lot of really cool tail designs in this book, but I really love the idea of the scales on the arms, and so a lot of times when I paint mermaids, I put scales on their arms just like that. My other main influence for mermaids is the movie Hook. I know they're only in it for like 30 seconds, but I love those mermaids. They're so bright and colorful, and they have like glitter all over them. They're so pretty. I love them. Anyway, so yeah, so the art is looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer it to my computer. Let's get back to it. Okay, so I've got this back into Clip Studio Paint, and I've done a little bit of color correction. I don't know why this happens, but like every time I'm painting on my iPad, I have to color correct once I bring it back onto my computer, and it doesn't seem to matter what the brightness is on my iPad on the screen, whether it's dim or whether it's bright, it's always too dark when I transfer it back over here. So I don't know why that is, but I'm gonna get started on finishing this up. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I feel like I got pretty far on the iPad, but you know, sometimes I get lost in the juice of the details. So, oh, speaking of juice, I should make a drink. I know what I'm gonna make this time. It's not alcoholic, but it's new. Okay, so last time I was at Target, I found this rose lemonade. I have no idea how this tastes. I've never tried it before, but it sounds really good. So we're gonna give this a try. I'm gonna put it in my cup of stars. If you know, you know. Ooh, it smells very floral. Ooh, that's really good. I can't describe the flavor. I can taste the lemon of the lemonade, but the flavor of the rose, because it's got actual rose extract in it, and I can taste it, but it's a little bit, it's sweet but also like a little bit bitter. It's really yummy though. Let me switch out my coffee cup here, and let's get to work. Okay, so I've been working on this for a little bit. I was looking at my references here on my computer. Turn this really quick. And I was noticing I should have noticed earlier, the shimmering light that comes from the water. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Water lighting. So I think I'm gonna make a new layer and do a pass of adding that kind of shimmery effect. I don't know if you'll be able to tell because it's so dark. Let me zoom in a little here. All right, it won't go down any further, but so here's how it looks without and on. I don't know if you can even tell the difference on camera. I'm sorry. That's I think that looks a little bit better. It's a little blotchy still, so I'm gonna keep working on it, but you know, it's progress.
1 hour later.
Okay, so this has come quite a ways. I really like how this is looking so far. I might flip it and make sure that everything is looking correctly anatomically. Like I'm not sure about her jawline yet, but overall I think this is getting pretty close to done. I gotta do a little bit of the background still. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I don't want to do just like ripples. I'm thinking probably bubbles, lots of bubbles. Probably in the foreground too. Lots of bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. I really like how this looks. I'm really happy. I haven't done a painting like this for a really long time where it's just doing something for fun. It's not for a story, it's not for like a D&D campaign, it's not fan art, it's not a commission, it's nothing, it's just for fun. But yeah, I really like how this is turning out. I love the coloration of her fin and her hair, and like the lighting is really cool, and I'm just really excited with how it turned out. I gotta finish up the background still. Like I said, I'm gonna throw in like lots of bubbles and stuff, but other than that, I think this is almost done. So I'll just finish this up and transfer it over to Photoshop to do the final touches, and I'll check back in when it's done, okay? I kind of drank most of the rest of this. There's like a swallow left, excuse me. Anyway, ta-da! Here's the finished art. I really like how this turned out. I hope you do too. I had a lot of fun working on this. It was just fun to be able to do something that's just for fun. I haven't done that in a really long time, so this was refreshing. So that was the first video of Wheel of Smoochies Spookies and Sexies. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, also subscribe and ring that bell so that you get notified when I upload, because right now I do not have an upload schedule. Also, I want to give a shout out to my lovely patrons for making all of this possible. They're amazing, and their support means so much to me, and thank you again to all of you for just being lovely people. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely week. Stay safe. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!